Recording 3. One of the topics that we looked at the very beginning of our work with the ambassadors was the topic of change and change management. There were some topics that the ambassadors were faced with, which were really, arguably showstoppers. Arguably things that if you look at the worst possible situation 5 years down the line, then there could be such fundamental change within the industry or within the company that it could have a massive and negative consequence and impact on many, many people. So understanding where we are relative to change is an important thing. During my time with the ambassadors, every single project that they were working on had big change ramifications, which means the other people who were then going to deal with that change would go through that change curve. They wouldn't like it at the beginning. They would like it once all of the work had been done. Would they reject it? Yes. Would there need to be convincing done as a result of it? Absolutely. Would some people take longer rather than quicker in moving through the change curve stages? Definitely. Yeah. And so we looked at John Kotter's stages of the change process, which are very useful in terms of, realizing that you're going into a change management process and then beginning to mitigate against the tougher aspects of change. And the first one is very, very, obvious. If you don't have supporters behind you, it's going to be more difficult. So stage number 3 of Kotter's change process is developing a vision and strategy, but after putting together a guiding coalition. So a guiding coalition is basically finding people within your organization or externally from it, a coalition of people who are for it, but people who are against it, but need to do it as well. Yeah. So differing viewpoints, but everybody is essentially in agreement that things need to change, but normally they would be representing different parts of the organization or different viewpoints. And so this coalition aspect is critical in order to get people, desiring to move forward with it. John Kotter's 8 stages are useful in that you can plan with them and you can plan for the different stages that the humans are going to go through in either taking this change on board or not. Yeah. As we were moving through the different project descriptions with the ambassadors, it was very, very clear that some countries with some topics were faster moving and more open to the change than others. And then with another topic, it would switch. Yeah. Other countries would be more open to the change than others. Yeah. And people were very often not speaking for themselves, but speaking for the organization, saying, our organization will be resistant in this case, and ours will be quicker to move. So change management is a fundamental problem for all parts of an organization, because if you want to get stuff moved and changed, then other people need to be on board and move with it. The change principles are things that we keep in the back of our mind so that when it comes to the stage where we need to say to other people, this is what we need to do, we have a clear plan of action around that.